I really do want to know the female perspective on
Yeah,
that because I
yeah,
feel like
yeah.
there's a bunch like on the like from the actual stripper.
Yeah.
I want to know like a female who doesn't agree with it and a female who like does agree with it. Like you gotta get some
Are we
perspective.
going to agreement or disagreement? Because
No, I just
like
wanna,
I said, it's an attraction based thing for me. Like what
you simply said I don't get it. That's where you said I don't get it. You said I don't get it. So I want to let you get it from a female perspective. So for women, you know, like intimacy is not something that you can just click on. I don't think the way that a male can just get an erection by, you know what I mean? Like women need to get like worked up a little bit.
I definitely agree with you on that, but like dudes is like that too though. Like I can't just like go straight to doing something with Shorty without her at least getting my mind going. You know what I'm saying? It's a mental thing too. So I definitely get what you're saying.
I think that the way to put a man's mental in it though is a lot easier. And
you're right. It's more flesh than, you know, spiritual. I definitely get it. With that.
It goes a little deeper.
You can break that down though. 'Cause I could break that down even to.
I mean, just to put it simply,
yeah.
that for me as a female, putting me in such an erotic environment is going to allow my headspace to be in that environment.
Okay.
Whereas otherwise, you know, I'm thinking about like the house, the bills, the kids. Like it's very difficult to get erotic in my mental space. So that's why I'm okay with it. But then Zen over here starts putting it in a more financial perspective where I'm like, oh yeah, like we should definitely probably not invest in that when we have other priorities.
You know,
like, for sure.
I definitely have multiple approaches to it. It all depends on the moment if I go financial about it. But that's not my biggest concern financially about it. It's I honestly don't like, at this point in my life, I don't really like going anywhere because I'm in a state of productivity. And even if we were to go, I like going to the movies with you because
Don't get it twisted. I feel very, very, very honored to be with a man who would rather not. I feel really unicorn about that.
No, for sure. For the sake of this topic, I feel that it is not for me. It's not a great energetic perspective. It doesn't reflect where I'm going.
Facts.
Right.
You know what I mean? And you've always reminded me as an author, as a children's book author, and you know, even at the time, I wanted to just focus on, you know, investing into the expanding children, you know, responsibly at a younger age, so that you can be more aware of what's what is necessary to be aware of. And when I was in that headspace doing, that's the change about that. But when I was in that headspace of doing that, you were always reminding me that, like, if that's what I want to do, then I should focus on the world inside of that. And you would never catch Dr. Seuss at a strip club.
You might. I wouldn't speak. You might.
All right. That was a wrong example because I read that he actually didn't even like children all that much, which makes sense because he's an older guy and he probably
doesn't make sense.
But he worked for marketing too. He worked for a marketing, you know, agency, and he was corporate guy too. So, but I mean, apart from that, you know, let's get this started.
You know, some women aren't about it, and I could see why. I think a lot of that has to do with like trifling ass hoes, whereas then you have respectful hoes. And like there's some strippers that respect the job. They're not there to grind up on your man. They're there to get a paycheck. But then there's like the trifling assholes, and you gotta be careful.
We could bookmark that.
Right. Like there's gonna be
that. What I wanted to say though.
But they're everywhere. Trifling assholes are everywhere.
If we're
regardless of a
not
strip
just
club.
at the club.
Right.
You know, stemming away from the strip club, I feel that any man who steps into the strip club is in some way coming to a certain level, whether it may be up or down in level terms, coming to an awareness with their own sexuality. Just as much in some sense.
What do you mean by like aware?
Okay. I'm gonna speak from my perspective.
All right.
I've been through a lot. My sexual perception has been distorted from a young age.
Right.
So that puts me in a position because of how I made my choices from that point on till up here to this day. You know, everyone's different and designed uniquely. But when I go into the strip club, you know, I don't find it sustainable for me because of how I was introduced into sexuality at a very young age. It was more forced, and it wasn't an opportunity for me to understand. You know what I mean?
So this is my perspective on that. Like, and I hate to say it like this too, but like, I really never saw the point in going to a strip club because me personally, I'm speaking for myself. Yeah. I don't need to spend racks and make it rain on no shorty to chill.
I always felt like it was attention. A little domestic. It was like, yo, after
no
bull.
Do
you have to pay for
it, no
bro?
bull. After being there and watching how these girls get called onto the stage, like it's like, yo, y'all really like doing that? Like that's what y'all want to do? Like
yeah, right.
Like don't get me wrong. Like I'm a man at the end of the day, like a heterosexual male. So watching them, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna like be like, okay, wow, that looks good. That looks nice. That's nice. But at the end of the day, like I'm a conscious human being at the same time. So it's like. Yo,
we were having this discussion the other day that there's
the morals.
It's like a battle of the good versus evil. Yeah. Like the evil in me is like, yo, whoa, go, but the good in me like, yo, you really want to do that, shorty?
Yo, there's such a thing as like burlesque dancing and like very artistic way of worshiping and appreciating the female body, which is like a wonderful, beautiful thing. And I just think that some clubs probably do things a little tasteless. Yeah. And then others can keep it classy. And I think there's nothing wrong with classy.
But Magic City has athletes for strippers.
Of course they got to. That's part of their resume. Athletes. You probably got to have that on the resume. But
it's an athletic thing.
I want to make something clear though, just for general purposes. This is all perspective based. Yeah. And you know, because there are people who actually enjoy that work, and
no doubt,
it resonates with them.
I don't hold it against anybody who's in that world. Like, get it how you live, get it how you live. If you can make that bank, make that bank.
I don't encourage investing in like the women that are doing it for the wrong reasons, because you could tell a stripper with a go-getter mentality from a stripper that is just going to take your money and blow it and then just be back there in the same spot forever. There's some women out there that it's dope that they have that opportunity to just make the money that they need to make to get their degrees and whatever. Yeah. Like I'm saying, like that's cool, but I'm really not about like junkie strippers.
Nah,
I mean, you know, Magic City is definitely not about that.
Yeah. About to say like that's why in ATL it's a little bit different with the strip clubs out here because they take it. It's a lifestyle.
Take it with pride. Like, and that's why I'm speaking out and being like
girls are like really trying to be strippers out here. Like it's way different. It's
a thing. That's how people.
That's like one of the first choices. Like I would say out here for females. Like and it looks the way it looks. Don't get me wrong. Like I could be completely off. But like from what it looks like and how these women are built and how they want to be built from out here.
Yeah.
Like that's what like, don't win stripper of the year.
But award. don't get me wrong though, because
they should have awards.
They probably
should take it there.
But check this though.
Yeah, they should actually.
If they don't. Yeah, I know they do. But like a real red carpet, like go for it. If
they should. It should be a sport. It's at that point right now,
bro. If you would have saw what I would have saw.
Twerking,
yo, they was doing some firemen climb up the hose.
They need to have an Olympics,
like
because if you're gonna go hard, feel me?
Exactly.
If you're gonna go hard, don't. If you stop midway, it's gonna be objectified and confusing people. It's like, should I support it or should I not?
So don't half-ass shaking ass.
Own it.
A strip. Yep. Somebody better
Yo, imagine if they drug tested them like the Olympics though.
I mean, shoot, more power to them, more power to their own consciousness in there. Like, if people could be like, yo, I can do this without drugs, they're just tapping into their highest amount of power.
That's what I'm saying. They're doing it for the love of it. And that's okay. How can you knock anyone doing it for the love of it?
Hold on. Yeah, you're funny though. Like, not you're funny, but you're right. You're fact. That's a fact what you said though. Like, I wouldn't say junkie stripper, but like, there's certain strippers that just do it like, you could tell.
Just like, caught up.
Yeah, you could tell like who's caught in the sauce, like when it comes to that. Like who's just caught up
into that world. Who's addicted to money.
Yeah, who's addicted to that world, that lifestyle. Yeah. Like some of them just have to tap into that just to make $1.
But I wanna
But you can see the other ones that really like it. Like Shorty was like coming up to us like at least 3 or 4 times, like, you ready for a dance? I was like, yo, I just told you no like 5 seconds ago.
Well, you here, so you're gonna be ready at some point.
That sounds like great customer service, Dre. You can't knock that.
You can't knock that shit. You and she probably know dudes change
like,
up
bro,
real quick.
You hear that
you might have saw something walk down,
like,
and then just changed up real quick. Like, damn, I could probably use a damn lap dance.
Like, she probably asked me, right, and then walked past me, and then she thought like if I looked at her ass or something, like,
and then changed her mind. She's like, I'm going this way. But what I wanted to say, in addition to what you're saying about the reasons why. Some people will do it to just pay off college, and you might be getting a lap dance from a doctor or a lawyer or whatever. Yeah. So obviously it has like.
I feel honored.
That's why if we can
any
get
of
deeper
you women
into
that I saw at Magic City that were lawyers or doctors, I feel honored to have watched you.
Yeah, I think that I've always gone like there's no good and evil. It's just preference, and whoever wants to. And obviously, you're human, so
we could tap into when we were having a little bit of issues, and I was like, babe, maybe I should just like strip real quick and pay off my student loans.
Yeah.
And Zen was like, because Zen will support any decision I make. Yeah. But he was just like, do you want, like, what do you have? What are you in debt for?
I'll support any reasonable decision. You same thing with you.
Crackhead for 2 weeks, you'd probably be like, nah,
it's not going down.
You represent me too now.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you.
Granted, like, but I'm speaking from a place that generally has good ideas, and I know he supports them. But I was like, I could just get rid of this $50,000 debt that's hanging over my shoulder, like, in a couple months.
Do you know one of these shorties out here made 30 racks in one night?
That's what I'm saying. Like, let me just take this weight off my
shoulders. 30 racks in one night.
I look at every day. Every day I wake up and I just make sure that I'm making money the way I have in my line. You know what I mean? Yeah. You have a path, and it may go loop-de-loop, but along that path, whatever you're attracting.
You gotta stay true to your path.
Yeah, your path is gonna look crazy at the end of the day, but along it, the hurdles and all the challenges and what you're attracting and thinking about the entire time, everything is going to come to some kind of tangible form, and you're going to be presented in front of that and be able to make a choice. It's going to be red pill or blue pill every time.
Right.
You know what I mean? And then you're going to make that choice, and it's going to just lead. You will know intuitively if it's your choice, because every time you pick red pill or blue pill. But if you pick something off and and it leaves the door. If it leaves a door open for you and you go there, you're going to start feeling if you are on the wrong track or not.
I just wanted to add how, like, when I came up with that idea that you were like, what are you in $50,000 debt for? And I was like, for fine art school, so that's painting. So he was like, so then why don't you paint 50 paintings for $1,000 each? And it's like, oh yeah, I can keep my clothes on.
You said that?
So like, so I think it's like you said, like red pill or blue pill for sure.
Yeah, so let's get into the topic of how we can. There's multiple points we kind of rolled over on the whole.
I think it's preference.
Yeah.
And I think you gotta love what you're doing and be passionate about it.
Yeah. I think that's why we're all here right now. Because this was a part of our path.
Facts.
At some point, like, we wanted to communicate and create
and
communicate and create and express
and collaborate.
And this is a very healing process for us. You know what I mean?
And getting to know each other deeper, better. Yeah. Getting to see what your guys' thoughts are. Like, definitely, how do you feel? Like, express yourselves. We love to tap into what other. We're definitely speaking from our own knowledge, so that's what don't quote us. We're here learning and growing, speaking from our own experiences, and we can't knock anyone for what they're going through and the choices they make.
Right. Now,
no doubt, bro.
I met Denise in. I'm gonna keep it raw and straight because
I like it like that.
Yeah, because I feel I've been sipping on that loosey goosey called green matcha.
He's been having a little green tea.
I've been sipping on my matcha, my Starbucks.
That's
how they do.
That's his equivalent to.
They got everything you need.
1738, like that's his equivalent.
Shoot, I can only have it once a month though to keep it real, because green tea feel like Red Bull to me.
That boy's on it right now. Should have seen him.
When did we meet? We met in 2012.
Bro, I kind of remember when
just
you
like
met.
At the end going into 2013.
Yeah, it was an epic. It was an epic thing.
So can I pause you? Right there?
Yeah.
Wait, real quick. I'm continuing on.
Yeah, go ahead.
Share your perspective on your view of our coming together.
Before them two, how they met. Okay,
or talk about whatever you were about to say.
Yeah, that's what I was going to speak on that. So my thing is when I first met. All right, so let me go way back. Actually, let me start from the beginning. So Kwani right here, right? I always say he's my cousin, but in reality, we do that black people stuff, and then like we play cousins.
And I wanted to get into that too, so put a bookmark on that one.
So like, all right, because I've known him since I was like 7, so that's one. So seeing him go through like mad phases, like we both seen each other go through mad phases. Like,
every phase.
He got me to stop wearing the baggy stuff. Like if it wasn't for him, I'd probably still be wearing.
Clink the homie up.
What? I would have been
Tighten
wearing
up.
size 40 pants, still wearing them baggy jerseys backwards, bandanas and all that.
I think that's what brothers do.
All right, so fast forward that. So after knowing him for so long and seeing him, I saw that he was just an artist. I feel like he was an artist trapped inside being, I guess, not corporate, but just art and not art. I'm just gonna put it like that.
It was black and white worlds.
Yeah, it was really black and white. Like you was just stuck between the two and didn't really know how to either balance it or let one take control of the other, or let one take its course. So hey, DJ, I say this to tell when you Denise came into the picture, I noticed that his art side came full circle, and he expressed that more deeply and really took it for the roller coaster that it was for him. And shit, I thank you for that. Yeah. I thank you for that.
I thank you for thanking her for that.
Because like I was
real.
trying to
thank you.
Hello.
Because like I was trying to get him to reach that potential, but like I would be like the only person letting him be his full artistic self, like, and not have any issue with it. Like he would just want to bust out drawing, and I'll be like, yo, bro, do your freaking thing. I don't care. Like,
yeah, it's so funny that you say that, because like when we first met, a lot of our relationship issues were because all he wanted to do was draw.
Yeah,
I was like, come on, like we're trying to raise a family. Like you gotta lift your head out of the notebook sometimes to breathe, drink water, eat something.
This is the only reason why I feel like he did that. The only reason why he really did that.
He had to catch up, right?
Yeah, he was catching up on so much lost time with art. Like I felt like he was just like a little kid in a candy store in a playing field. Like once you two came together, it was like, holy shit, I can love art and be okay.
And be okay. I could be accepted.
Yeah, that's my
powerful.
That makes it easier to forgive those.
And he kept.
I had a rough time. Though.
And he used to always tell me like all the time, just thank me, like yo, thank you for letting me be me, like let me be my artistic self. I'd be like, yo, bro, like what the hell you thanking me for? Like that's what motherfuckers are supposed to do. Like let you be you. Like
that's crazy.
That's not your friend. That's not your boy. If they don't let you be you at the end of the day.
Let me ask you a question now. Just we're gonna keep it going with that, but when did you start recognizing that, like, because me and you, we used to go hard when it came to partying,
right? Girls,
and just getting stimulated off of whatever we could, But like, when did you start noticing from your perspective that I started making that transition?
When Denise came in the picture, no bullshit.
Okay,
like yo,
I was a boss. I came with a rule book.
Oh, what? So. She definitely did, because me and this dude, oh my god, the lifestyle that, like, okay, so if you look at his lifestyle now and my lifestyle now, and compare it to our lifestyles when we just graduated high school, I mean, granted, like everybody's lifestyle is going to be different, everybody's mindset is going to be different, but the drastic, and I mean drastic change is crazy. Especially for him more than me, because like I said, he got to fully tap into his artistic self. So that came full circle. He became like this responsible guru Gandhi motherfucker. Like I was like, yo, who is he? Like when I first came back from school one year, and like he was just full-fledged dipped into that mode, that mindset that he's in now. Like when it first started, I'm like, yo, like he's changing, but I like it though. Like it's cool. Like he's finally becoming who he wants to be. Yeah. Like I feel like a lot of people get that like messed up. Like people live for other people. Like people like, all right,
you get lost a little bit. We were talking about that.
Our parents, everybody around us, you get lost. Like you'd be like, oh man, like my mom wants me to be this, or my dad wanted me to be this, but dang, y'all, I can't do that. Like,
but the fight is real, because you spend a lot of your that time frame when you start to upbring yourself, when you start raising yourself,
right.
that whole raising yourself is letting go of what you were given to be raised at a younger age. Like you're rewiring yourself, and that's a lot of work.
That's a lot of work.
And for me, I had already been with all these dudes that were just like breaking my heart, lying, breaking my heart. That I was like, you know what? I think so then I started working at this porn store.
Yeah.
Because there was no other jobs, and the only job hiring
VIP right next to she worked at VIP right next to Subway.
I try not to advertise if they're not paying me, but but I was working at an adult store because
we used to pass that all the time.
Like Connecticut economy was so garbage that it was the only job hiring because they had Halloween costumes and it was Halloween season.
Facts.
So they hired me, and man, the women there taught me so much about self-respect and like, what, bitch? You have sex and you don't come? Like, what's wrong with you? like you let him finish? Oh no, you grab him by the nuts and you squeeze. And you hurt him if he's about to finish because
my God.
Distract him real quick.
Hold on, don't do that to me.
No, but that's what they're like. They're
essentially just don't get him to come.
Yeah, don't let him.
Change his mind.
Essentially, don't let him.
By negotiate. Wait,
so I was like, wow, I never, my mind was getting blown. Like, wow, you're not supposed to. Wow, you're supposed to, like, So then here I am living my life single. I'm like, I'm done with dudes. Like, I'm gonna be like, just focus on myself, get myself right.
And here comes Kwani.
Well, so when I meet him, I already had listen, you're not gonna do this. We're not gonna do this, and I'm doing this because I'm straight. So you're gonna play by my rules, or we're not playing this game.
You just wanted to control. After all, like, I guess you probably felt like you weren't in control for so long that like you really wanted full control this time around.
Oh yeah, well, just I already had the experiences.
Utilize your awareness.
Yeah, I was exercising my self-respect.
Right.
Like I knew who I was as a woman. I knew what I wanted. I knew what I deserved.
Facts.
So you can stick around if you give me what I deserve. Otherwise, like
pushing,
So I think for him, for whatever reason, he saw within me what you saw is like, oh, like she is bringing out this artistic self in me, so I think I should stick around. A lot of in our earlier days, he said that no matter how many times he wanted to step away and slip into his old ways, that like he could feel like my mom's presence pulling him back.
Do you understand like how like the fact that you guys are so open is like what really like probably helps y'all? Like,
oh, for sure.
I've been listening because like you guys have been talking to me like in the car, like at the crib, and like you guys are really open. Like I forgot, one of you said something about like like when I first got the thought of even stepping out on him or her, like I talked to him about it.
Yeah, sure.
Like the fact that y'all even do that, like that's mature as hell. Because like I know in a bunch of cases, like a lot of females and males can't handle that convo. Like, oh, I find this girl very attractive. But I know that if I go mess with her, it's gonna ruin this. Like they don't even like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You can't even have that talk because as soon as you say that, oh, you want it, you find her like you find like, she's fine. Go ahead, fuck with her.
Yeah, no, but that's how you when you keep it real in your relationship, that's a challenge each time to see how evolved or mature your partner is.
Fact.
If you're keeping it honest for the sake of your relationship, honesty can only do good.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Like we
if
try
you're
to
out
keep
here
it
lying,
real honest.
you're keeping your partner in the dirt, in the shade. You can't see anything, and you'll never know who you're truly dating. I'm glad that she gets to see the most authentic side of me.
Right.
It allows quicker forgiveness if I'm able to express who I am to her. But it gets very specific, and you gotta work your way into that for me to explain little details of my mind and what I'm thinking to her. You know what I mean? But as soon as you start feeling that grass is greener on the other side type of stuff, there's no harm in thinking. But
expressing your thoughts.
Yeah.
You gotta. It's really hard to express your real thoughts. Like,
because like if you
that's why I
express
love
it,
Cardi too. Because Cardi's like, oh my god, I farted, and I'm just like, wow, she's so expressive of her thoughts.
Yeah.
But she's not afraid to say her thoughts ever. Like,
but to go back to something what TooFly was saying was that like for the first time and forever, because mind you, she came to Subway to come get a sandwich, and at that time I was looking for.
Of course, you met at Subway. Of course,
yeah,
of course,
and I was not looking for no relationship. And you know how the universe work, right? As soon as you stop looking for what you want,
that's when it comes.
That's when it come, right?
That ass.
And all I wanted was to feel the actual relationship that I was in. I wanted to actually feel it, right? Rather than just be in one. You know what I mean? So that I can have a more of an understanding of what I'm actually getting myself into. So when she came around, from the beginning, it was a vibrational experience. It was an energetic experience. It was vibers. Right. Shout out. And it was something that it challenged me because I was at a point of wanting to change. I was at a point of wanting to do things different because
what was I looking for?
Yeah.
Go ahead, tell the folks. What mission was I on?
I can see that. I can see where this is going.
No, I wanted
completely opposite.
I wanted an orgasm.
That's it.
Oh yeah.
And the women were like, bitch, it's 2000 whatever, like go get one.
Yeah.
And I was like, really? Like that's all right.
And to keep it real,
and then Kwani said, you know what, you found the right one.
Yeah, but straight up, you kind of did say some ego macho shit.
But
like,
I bet.
It was hilarious.
It only comes out of like factual understanding. Like if you come to me and be like, yo, that's pretty much you saying, hey, are you growing up right now? And me be like, yeah. Yeah, I am.
Mad honestly.
I'm doing it right now.
I was like, hey, I'm just going to keep it real. I'm not looking for anything else except for this tonight. And you were like, that's perfect because I'm not looking for a relationship either.
Yeah, we met up at the crossroads.
I can really imagine how that went. Yeah.
She wasn't digging me at first until I...
Oh, you pulled out the sweet card.
Yeah, I invited her to the... we went to Dunkin' Donuts. She was testing me out, filling me out.
And like whatever. The conversation was kind of... It would go up and then it would go dry. And then it would go up and then it would go dry. And I was just like... I wasn't trying to put in the work.
I wasn't trying to put in the work.
Yeah, I was like, he's a little basic.
And I'm going to be basic.
He was like...
I'm going to be basic.
Yeah, and then he was like...
I ain't going to give you the goodies yet.
Yeah,
I'm going to be basic.
He was like, wait. I was like, oh, I got to go. He's like, oh, you got to go? You don't want to go take a walk in the cemetery first? And I said, what? Take a walk in the cemetery? I was like, that is romantic. That is different.
Yeah.
That's romantic?
Mind you.
Yeah, bro, because you're tired of the same old shit. And you know I've always
been different like that. I've always been...
He's different as
yeah, like you don't want the regular.
At that point in time, at that same time, I was taking long walks in downpouring rain. I was skipping to my loo in rain.
Skipping,
you know what I mean? I was just seeing how the world was gonna treat me if I decided to treat it differently, at least differently, because I was so caught up into this game of mistreating others and taking advantage. You know,
bro, we lived that lifestyle, bro.
That was that lifestyle had so much momentum that some of it did creep into my relationship with her.
Of course.
Well, you were testing the waters.
I was testing the waters.
That's why every test that you would do, I would be like, nope, sorry, not having it.
But when she was like, people don't really go down this deep. But when I was so like on a I don't care level because I am growing. That when you like delete all your female friends, and then
not even. This is what actually happened, Jay. If you can remember, I used to sit at your job and work on my script, and you were like, "Here, have my phone." I was like, "What?" Like men don't ever trust you with their phone. Like you were like, "Go ahead, I'm not afraid of what you'll find." I was like, "Oh, all right." Yeah, and then I'm sitting there with his phone, and this ex texts him, and I'm like, and she's like, "Are you at work?" And I'm like sitting there like, yes, I am, and I responded as him because he gave me the power.
Was that Ashley?
No, it was the older woman.
Oh,
I remember her.
You remember her?
That was bad.
And I was just like, wow, really, bro? Really? And you were like, oh.
I was like, what you gonna do? What you gonna do? I gave you the keys.
Yeah.
I gave you the keys to the city. What you gonna do with it?
No, but Ashley texted too, but I didn't text her back. Bro. But you gave me the phone, so I was like, all right, so who's this bitch and who's that one? But I remember when that woman walked in, you just like froze, and you're just like, oh.
That's how. Hey, ladies, if I give you my phone, like if you the shorty that I give my phone to,
that's
like
a big
it's
deal.
real. That's real.
That's a big deal.
Coming from TooFly, that's.
Your wife.
Coming from, I think, anyone that's willing to just let you have the phone, like that's a good sign.
Today and age,
where
there's 1,001, there's 1,000,001 apps to lock all different aspects of your phone.
I just can't believe how many times your phone went off in those 10 minutes you let me have it.
You have no idea.
I was able to handle this bitch. I was like, really? This is not my job.
Yeah.
You're supposed to cut these off. And hence leading into what you were saying, how like delete all these bitches, because I was like, yeah, for real, if she's not like
everything that I was attracting every type of female that had different compartments of who Denise is today. Everybody that came into my life.
You know what? That's that.
You know what I'm saying though, right?
I like that.
Yeah,
it's
like Megatron. She's like Megatron of all the aspects that I want. She just like, because
that sounds overweight. I don't know.
Megatron, it's like the Transformers.
But I know what you're saying though, because like
aspects that I want. She just like, because
that sounds overweight.
I don't know.
Megatron,
it's like the Transformers.